What's going on, everyone? In today's BookMine video, Victor and I are going to go over 3 BookMine hacks that are going to make you even better, more profitable bookseller. So before we get into it, what's going on, man?
What's up, Joji? I feel like it's been a minute since we've done a video, so it's always good to do these. Always good to help out the community. So yeah, let's get into it.
All right, let's do it. The biggest hack that I can give you is just to use the profit meter. So up here, Victor, we have the profit meter. It ranges from 0 to 7. And so it's pretty self-explanatory. The closer we move this slider to 7, what we're doing is essentially finding books that have a bigger difference between what it's currently priced at versus what the book has been selling for in the historic past. So simply just moving it to, I like to move it to 4 or higher. I mean, we've got 620 books here, and you'll notice, Victor, that essentially on the profit meter, it's all going to be like great or amazing, right?
Yeah. And I think that's a great move because if you're looking for a huge difference between where the current price is to what we believe the intrinsic value is, that you just did it, right? 4 and above is great. Anything more than that, you're really kind of taking out too many books.
Yeah.
620 of these books are great, and it's a great way to cut off everything else besides the really, really great books. And if you have a really limited time, this is a great hack.
Yeah, I think it's really important because at the end of the day, most people can't be at their desktop every single hour, right? Because BookMine comes up with thousands of books every single hour, Victor.
Yeah.
Literally every minute of the day, there is going to be a book on Amazon. That's literally a great deal. And if you don't have too much time, you can simply just take the 4,000 books that are already like pretty good and hone it down, narrow down to even more. So here's a book that I found, not necessarily, picking this book for any particular reason. It's just this is what we mean. Like if you look at August through December in terms of sales, Victor, we're seeing like 40, 45, $50, right?
Right.
And then what's the current price right now? I mean, it's
At 1895. So, yeah,
1895.
big difference between the 2.
Right. And so that would be classified as a great on the profit meter. And essentially, that's just going to be scores of 4, 5, 6, and 7. So, and it basically goes, you can just keep going down and just see the books with, that are coming back to this profit meter. The cool thing is you also find a lot of seasonal books like this. So we have pre-calculus, mathematics for calculus, and to me, this looks like a seasonal book, right? It looks like this last year did the best, but we would consider this.
Well,
I guess I would say this is a high school book, right? Because it isn't in January. It doesn't really pop off, but
yeah, it looks to be more of a high school book. So,
yeah.
this is a book that probably sells in the $40 range around August, and
Right.
right now it's much lower than that. And so, again, that's exactly what we're looking for, a huge delta, huge difference between what the current price is than what the intrinsic value of that book is.
Yeah. And so again, we can just keep going, further down. By the way, you'll notice that a lot of these books have higher bookmine scores, which makes sense because remember that the profit meter is used as one of the metrics to determine how likely we think a book is profitable, and therefore they tend to have greater bookmine scores. But just the last book on the show, I mean, pretty self-explanatory, right? We see the lowest price, Victor, at like 50 to $60.
Yep.
The book is selling, plenty of sales and drops, and where are we sitting at right now? In
At
terms of
$19.64. So, big difference between 60 and 1964. So, that's a huge win.
right, and while it's not literally as simple as just, looking at the Keepa graph and just automatically buying the book, like, obviously, you wanna do a little bit more due diligence. The reason why this is a book hack is because you could literally go through multiple pages, go boom, boom, boom really quick, and find tons of books that have great potential to be very profitable. So in other words, you're just honing in and really getting very specific on books that are already good and just making your odds of success even better.
Even higher. Yep.
Now, Victor, I'm gonna go and reset back to the main page of BookMine. BookMine hack number 2 is to play in specific price points or specific price ranges. Now, if you just load up BookMine, basically these price sliders from $1 all the way up to $120. But what I would like to do is select specific price ranges and really
Yep.
just target those. So, for example, while a lot of people like to hang out in the under 15 range, Victor, I think a really awesome sweet point is like the $20 to $30 range. So simply, Victor, all you need to do that, right, is just go to the use price slider.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
and then by doing what you're doing right here is literally taking all the books besides books that are between 20 and $30.
yeah, and that's 747 books, and obviously you could pair that with the profit meter, and you can narrow down even more. But I like to just get in that range because that's kind of where my average price is anyways. And from there, we can take a look at some books that, are between 20 and $30. There you go, 19.98 plus shipping. And you can look at the Keeper graph and decide, hey, is this a book that I want to buy or not? So this particular book I pulled up looks like it has some sales rank drops in the 40s, some sales rank drops in the 60s, maybe one there at 100 as well. And just a cool way to hone into books of your choosing, right? And
Yeah.
at
And
the
for
day,
me, Joji, why I like this hack is when you put books between whatever price, right? Say 20 to 30, now you know that you need to find a book between 50 and 60. Like
yeah,
if the intrinsic value is 50 to $60,
right.
those are the books you want to buy. So all you have to do is set the price between 20 and 30. Now you're looking for books that are at least $50. When you're scrolling down, you're like, okay, that book is definitely worth at least $50. Click on that book. That helps like one less thing you have to think about when you're sourcing. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't
absolutely.
do that from 0 to 10. Like, I'll look at books from 0 to 10, and then I'm looking, for an intrinsic value of, like, say, $35 and more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to hone into a specific price point, and that's
Yeah.
awesome. You get to control what you're buying your books for. And again, you don't have to do 20 to 30. You could decide that you like to go even the higher price points. You like to go to 30 or 40 or $50. So we could reset and say, you know what? I want to essentially get rid of the overwhelming majority of the competition, only source books at over 40, and I can just go anything that's between 40 and $60, I only wanna look at that. So in this case, it's only 174 bucks. So the thing is, you're becoming very specific and you could become, very skilled at just that price range and that price point. So this looks pretty interesting to me right off the bat. The one
I
checking.
find putting the use price slider and going for specific price points really helps me, like, source faster because now I know what the exact price points I'm looking for this book to be at,
Yep.
when I click on them.
Yeah, and this one in particular is, awesome. It just dropped from $65 down to 40, but
Mhm.
you can see that this book has consistently been selling at least at $70. I mean, it's been at $69 at the lowest used price with plenty of sales rank drops. The buy box has been much higher than that as well. So, awesome book, just honing into specific price points. Now, the last thing that we could do for people who are looking to pick up books that are cheaper, Victor, what's a good price range for finding cheaper books?
I mean, the probably 0 to, like, $12, that's where I would probably go at, 0 to 12. Feel good there. And then this is what I was just saying. This is a great, exercise to look for books that are now the intrinsic value, say, right around $36. So I'm looking for constant sales right around 36.
Right.
Those are the books I'm gonna be clicking on.
No. Pretty awesome. And you get to choose where you want to,
Yeah.
play at, and, it doesn't always have to be the same exact way every time. It's just something, again, that helps you kind of focus a little bit more and narrow down your search so that you can find books that you're interested in. So, another, cool book there that's got sales in the mid-20s, some even sells up in the mid-30s, so a good book there sitting at under 10 bucks, which is awesome. All right. Book my hack number 3, Victor, is again to focus on a specific type of book that you want to buy. Upcoming here in the next 5, 6 months is high school textbook season, Victor. So
Right.
we do have book types. So every single day you can say, you know what, Joji Victor, I'm trying to find high school books. And what do we have to do to find high school books?
All you have to do is go to book type, click on high school, and then click on only, and then it'll just sort just all the high school books. And becoming an expert in these type of books really helps you source even much faster and much more successfully. A lot of these books, just by seeing the title, I know them already and I know how valuable they are. This book right here, Killer Dill, actually the one you just clicked on, I
Yeah.
know about it, and it sells a ton. I mean, you didn't even have to show me this graph. I knew it sold a ton because I've become an expert in high school books. So it's a good hack to have to focus in on one specific book type and become a really big expert or a good expert on that. And as you know, I'm a good expert in high school books, but there's some really good experts in all year round books and stuff because some of these all year round books sell a lot too.
Oh, look at this one. This is one of my favorite high school books right here.
Yeah.
It's sitting down here at 20 bucks, and you can see it basically got up into the 60s and 70s in August, September. And matter of fact, I actually just sold Victor. I just sold the teacher's edition of this book today for like 140 bucks, which is pretty crazy. It's not even high school textbook season though. Why am I selling for $140? I don't know why, but it's pretty crazy the opportunity. And this is why we always say buy the book for the season, send it in as soon as you get it. But just an awesome book every single year. So again, the idea here is if you show up every day and you simply just click on high school, you're always going to be seeing new high school books, right? Because
Right.
BookMine is updating every single hour. And so while, from 1 hour to the next, you might still have many of the same books, you're going to have new books that weren't there before. And if you're coming to this every single day saying, I'm going to buy high school books, and you do that every single day from now until, let's say, May,
Yeah.
are you not, Victor, gonna find, like, hundreds and hundreds and
Yeah.
hundreds of great high school books? Like,
You
I'm gonna
so well as a bookseller. You will be writing us all the time telling us how great high school books are.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, this is an interesting one because isn't technically a high school book, but it's like the elementary school book, but here's what I mean. This book isn't selling pretty much all so it is for elementary school, but it's been and it interestingly sells all year round, but look at its price right now. I mean, it's been selling at, $30 plus,
Yeah.
and now it's just recently gotten down to basically under $12. So, another really cool book, but yeah, another really awesome high school book there, popped off to about 40 or $50 in the previous year, so 67 books here, and as we get closer, you're gonna start to find even more and more high school books, which is pretty cool. Alright, everybody, so, really hope that this video helped you out, just really being, more intentional, more focused as a bookseller, and these are 3 easy ways to do that, right?
Three hacks that we always use. So yeah, these are great things that you guys should implement.
Yep. So again, all that matters really long term is consistency, which means showing up and doing the work every day. This certainly will make that much easier because it essentially takes what you might consider a lot of books and really narrows it down to a focused set of groups, which you can then go buy books from. So hopefully you enjoyed the video and
Yeah.
we'll see you guys in the next one.
See
Peace.
you guys there. Bye.